Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 1st to the 15th, 2022 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our energy. Actually, wait, before we begin that, I just want to warn you against any scammers, anybody who contacts you pretending to be me, offering you a reading, asking you for money. That person is not me. I will not be reaching out to anyone, asking them for anything. So just be aware of this, because there are a lot of scammers out there, and I want you to protect yourselves, okay? So now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Sagittarius, let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Six of Swords. Oh, it's very interesting. Okay, hold on 1 minute. Okay, what's very interesting is that Spirit is saying somebody's trying to steal a lot of what you have been working towards, okay? So it's like they're trying to pass off the work that you have done, or the time and the effort that you have put in as theirs. And there's a sense of you needing to take your knowledge and move away from this person and really kind of like branch off on your own. Now, I know this person has made you feel like you really need them, like you're what you are because of them, or they're really teaching you something, extraordinary. They're not. You have a lot more knowledge behind you, Sagittarius, than you think that you do. Now, this can also be that there's some sort of insecurity that's coming up during this time. It doesn't have to be a specific person, but it's kind of like, oh, but I need this, but I can't do this, but I'm, stuck like this. Like I can't move forward the way that I want to. And it's based off of fear. It's based off of, a lack of real connection with yourself and what you want and where you're headed, or just some sort of anxiety, insecurity. And now is the time to take your knowledge and actually see how far you've come, because you've accomplished a lot more than you give yourself credit for. So just be aware of this, that doubt is going to come through very, very strongly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, I love that your chakra card just fell right out. And this is the third eye chakra. There's a real sense of clarity that's guiding you, that's moving you in a new direction. There's a sense of a veil being lifted, but also a darkness being lifted, a chaos being lifted. And as this clarity moves you to where it is that you want to be, you're starting to see things in a much more realistic way. So Spirit is showing that things were just skewed. When you're looking through a crystal or, through a warped piece of glass or whatever, and everything's distorted, things were distorted before. The clarity is coming in, and it's all of a sudden like, oh, now I can see where I need to go. Like now I can see the path that I need to walk, what's important for me and what really isn't. It moves us to our tarot energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay. So we have here, let's just turn everything over. it's funny, very strong page energy. So very strong learning energy is coming forward. We have the page of wands. We have the page of swords coming in. We have the nine of swords also coming forward, the nine of voice. There is a sense here of worry, doubt, and fear. It's almost like you want to be certain before you take that step. You're the person sleeping right down here, and you have this angel watching over you. You have this presence watching over you, and they're guiding you. You're going to be getting a lot of information in quiet moments, in your dreams, in if you can take up some sort of hobby that lets your mind just kind of go, just kind of wander, so you can meditate in yourself. That would be fantastic, because I'm just seeing here being still and being quiet as being a little bit difficult. So if you take up crocheting or knitting, which I know you might think, oh my gosh, that's so silly, but I mean, I love it. It's something that puts you right in the moment and takes away everything else. So here, it's being in that moment and being able to listen to the voice, to your inner voice that's guiding you, because there's some sort of worry that I'm going to make a mistake, or I'm not going to get to where I want to be, or I'm just going to be overwhelmed. And it's because we're not taking care of ourselves. First of all, we're burning the candle at both ends. We're being too harsh on ourselves, but it is also because we're trying to make everything perfect, and we're trying to get everything just right. And what we're going to be told is that our passion guides us forward, but it's not going to be perfect for everyone. And not everybody is going to understand. So if you're worried about, everybody judging you, or everybody, or people not understanding you, then you'll always be worried, and you'll always be apprehensive to take those steps forward, because there will always be somebody who judges you, and always be somebody who doesn't understand. It moves you to the page of inspiration. Now, this is you. The page of inspiration is the page of wands. You're represented by the wands in the minor arcana. And there is a real sense here of you being a student of what you're passionate about. Like, there's some sort of awakening that's coming forward when it comes to your career, when it comes to your money, that you look at things and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been looking at it wrong. Like, I've been seeing myself in a wrong light. And there's going to be an anchor that comes forward, because there's a sense of, well, I've just sabotaged myself, or, oh, I haven't earned the money that I should have earned, or there's some sort of anger that comes very forward in the realm of the money and the career. And yet Spirit's saying, no, you learned a valuable lesson, and you're seeing things in a new way, and you're not holding yourself back in the same constraints that were before. And because of this clarity, because of the third eye chakra opening to you, you're seeing yourself move forward in a way that you need, and in a power that is personal and is beautiful. And all of a sudden, there are new opportunities, there are new ideas, there's a new construct moving you towards your goals. And it brings you to the page of voice, the page of swords. The page of swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this can be a person coming into your life, or who's in your life, who's an air sign energy, who has a way with words, or just a person who has a way with words, kind of thinks very quickly, or, loves to talk, sing, write poetry, all sorts of creative outlets of expression. Speak to them. But you're going to see that creative outlets of expression during this time speak to you. You're going to be a student of embracing your voice in a way that you might not have thought was appropriate before. And I'm not saying anything like, avant-garde or controversial. It doesn't have to be like that. It just means that you're finding the power within your voice. You're finding what it is that you desire. And you're starting to state it. You're starting to state it first and foremost to yourself. It's like, oh, well, why can't I do this? And why can't I move that way? And what is this about? And where am I headed over here? And what am I building for me? And as you become a student of what you're seeking and of what you're asking, the door is starting to open. The door is starting to open to you in a very real way. And it leads you to this place of the Muse of materials. So this is the King of Pentacles, the King of money. It moves you to the highest court card when it comes to financial success and prosperity. Your road, though it's all interconnected, is going to be a little bit off the beaten track than what you had thought it was going to be, especially for this time period. You had thought it was going to be one specific way, or it was going to hold success in this power forward. And yet what you're going to see here is that it's quite different than what you had expected. But there's a lot of wealth that you have been growing with in your life. There's a lot of power that you have been tapping into. This is a time where things start to settle, where you start to see that you are successful. Now, you can have a mentor or a person around you who's giving you really great advice. This person is also going to tell you, instead of trying to change your gifts into what you think they should be, look at your gifts, look at your talents, and own them. Own them, because they are prosperous, they are powerful. They might just not be conventional. So be aware of this. Be aware that there's an energy here of like you're trying to fit a very certain mold, and that mold just isn't you. Where your prosperity lies and where your success brings you, look at what makes your heart sing. Look at what you really want. Okay? Because there's prosperity there. You might have your 9-to-5 job, which pays the bills, and that's fantastic. Okay? And very important. But there's something here that you have been growing, that there's some sort of desire that you have been planting within your heart, your soul, yourself, that will be growing into something so much bigger than you had intended. But it needs to be nurtured. It needs to be looked at. It needs to be paid attention to. It moves you to the 7 of emotions, the 7 of cups. And the 7 of cups is very much saying that there are choices to be made. And there is something that is going to be revealed that you're like, oh, but I didn't think that was possible. And I didn't know that that was still on the table. Now it comes because you're going to stop the worrying, okay? Or at least you're going to look at the worry and say, I see you. Now you might have to take GABA or chamomile or something to calm you down and center you. Talk to a healthcare provider or, a naturopath or whomever you feel comfortable with. But there is also the sense of, as this comes forward, and as you realize the chaos that you have been in, there is a sense of what's really important and also what's beautiful within my life. This time is so uncertain. This time is so chaotic. The world is so much. And yet Spirit is showing that from this time, you build something that is really quite extraordinary. And you look at yourself in a extraordinary, powerful, insightful way. And it opens up the door to avenues that you couldn't imagine, Sagittarius. You're going to be quite surprised. It leads you to the energy to be mindful of. And it's the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to try and make an energy vibration, okay, fit. Or a connection with a person fit. Because it seems financially sound. It seems practical. Yet you're not going to get on with this person or this situation or this workplace. And it's going to be torturous. So just be very aware of this. Okay? It is okay to walk away from certain people. There's also going to be somebody who's a little corruptive, okay? When they talk about money. They're going to be hiding certain things from you. So again, be aware of that. It moves you to your subconscious chakra energy, which is the sacral chakra. And this is flexibility. There's a need here to look at things in a different light. But there's also a need here to move the body, to see the flexibility within yourself. Because you're going to start to see that once you move the body, once you look at things in a new light and through a new way, but also you start to get the energy flowing within you. There's a sense of, through that movement, like feeling more alive, feeling more connected, and therefore being more aware of what's going on and what needs your attention and what's draining you. So that's going to be very important. The sacral chakra also holds our creativity, our sensuality. It's bringing the beauty back into our world. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and this is the Tower. We need to be mindful because things have changed and things are changing. We're not going to live in the world that we did, how many, 16 years ago, or even 16 months ago. Things are very different. We are very different. And we have to look at how we have changed, because I don't see this Tower moment as something that was catastrophic that hit us all at once, though for some of us it may very well be. But I see this more as slowly the pressure changing us, slowly being formed, being shaped, and then the crown being knocked off, like the ideas being knocked off, and all of a sudden what we thought was kind of set in stone, we realized wasn't. And so the Tower brings profound change forward, and we have to be mindful that we don't fall victim to the hurt and the pain and the chaos of change. But we see this change, we understand it, we note it, we see how we can best deal with it. And again, we might need to take something that helps calm us down, like Rescue Remedy or GABA or anything like that. And we start to center ourselves within ourselves. We start to see the power moving us forward. This change actually breaks us out of a mold that was too small for us to begin with. And now we become more sure of ourselves. It moves us to the end. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius, and may prosperity and blessings always be with you.